It's here, the final issue of Daniel Warren Johnson's Transformers run. Optimus Prime versus Megatron. One shall stand, one shall fall. What's up everyone, James here, and we return to Skybound's Transformers. One thing I theorized in an earlier video happens in this issue and it's amazing. Make sure you hit that like button. So this opens right where we left off in the last video. I'll have a link to that video below the like button. Megatron and Optimus Prime are battling and it's a knockdown, drag out fight. They're just exchanging blows, neither gaining the upper hand. This fight is a lot more brutal than their epic confrontation in Transformers the movie. Hell, it's even more brutal than their fight in Transformers 1. I love the fact that though Optimus is not at full power and Megatron is, he is still going toe to toe with him. He transforms into his vehicle mode and rams right into Megatron. He says, "You think I'm weak, but just because I care for the innocent doesn't mean I can't beat you into submission." He leaps off the top of a nearby building, dive bombing onto Megatron, slamming him into a fuel tanker, causing a huge explosion. Now, the one issue I have with this fight is Megatron cheats. He sees some nearby civilians and says to Optimus, "It doesn't matter how skilled you are in the art of combat, Prime. Not when your love for these weaklings hampers your mighty self." He smashes the family that was trying to run away. Like, my God. Optimus yells no. Megatron then makes Optimus rethink about continuing their fight, telling him he might attack the other civilians that are around them. Megatron takes advantage of Optimus's moment of doubt and distraction and hits him hard while saying, "We finish this here." The reason why I have an issue with this is because if he was gonna end up cheating, he might as well not have given Optimus a fair fight when he discarded his fusion cannon. Now, Megatron had mentioned in the past that Optimus's unwillingness to do what is necessary, unwillingness to make sacrifices, is the reason why Cybertron fell. He uses Optimus's hesitation to continue their fight because of the civilians around them as an example as to why he can't save Cybertron. As he beats down Optimus, he tells him to fight and points out that basically if he doesn't, the humans are going to die anyway, and so will the planet. He says, "You can't make the hard choices. You can't lead this way. You can't save Cybertron this way." After Megatron defeats Optimus, he doesn't kill him. He has Laserbeak and Starscream fly him into the sky and drop his body onto a nearby skyscraper's antenna, impaling him. Megatron says, "This will keep you still for your final lesson." Soundwave reports to Megatron that their forces defeated the Autobots, but not without heavy losses. To be honest, I do wish we got to see more of their battle because it would better explain how exactly the Autobots, despite being heavily outnumbered and outgunned, were able to give the Decepticons such heavy losses before being defeated. As Spike and Carly are running towards RC and Magnus, out of nowhere, Starscream grabs and takes them. Now we see what is Megatron's final lesson for Optimus. He has Carly, Spike, and Beachcomber brought before him. It is slightly weird that Beachcomber is alive when he took 2 direct hits to the body from Starscream's null rays. Anyways, Megatron's final lesson for Optimus is a hard choice, because he says to Optimus, "Listen to me, Prime. You must choose between a Cybertronian, pure in heart and form, or your precious human friends." Optimus replies no. Megatron says, "I figured you'd say as much, which is why if you don't choose, if you refuse to pick, you will force me to kill them both. So Optimus Prime, you have a decision to make." He transforms into his gun mode for Starscream to wield and orders Optimus to choose. Beachcomber does tell Optimus to choose him, but Optimus refuses to make the choice. Megatron orders Starscream to kill Spike and Carly first then. Just as Starscream is about to pull the trigger, he stops when he sees Omega freaking Supreme flying overhead. The guardian of Cybertron is here. Optimus looks in awe at Omega and says, "By the primes." As Starscream is looking at Omega, Omega looks at him and waves, and Starscream waves back. Just like he did a millennia ago when we saw Starscream's origin, when he first saw Omega. Before the war took his friend Genvo, before he became Starscream, and before he became the psychotic monster Megatron turned him into. Megatron yells at Starscream to obey his command. Starscream says, "My name is Yoktar." Now, when you initially read this issue, you can easily overlook this, but this is a super significant moment right here, because as we saw in Megatron's origin, one of the abilities the Anti-Matrix grants him is once you're wielding Megatron in his gun form, you can't refuse him. You can't refuse his will. So the fact that Starscream is doing that is crazy. Megatron shoots Starscream right in the head. His smoking body falls over the edge of the skyscraper. Megatron then points his fusion cannon at Spike and Carly and says, "I shall do this myself." Suddenly, who shows up slicing through his body is Shredhead, who says, "You shall not. I told you they were going to show up and save Optimus at the very last second." Shredhead turns to Carly and says, "Carly, Cliffjumper says hello." Soundwave tries to attack Shredhead, leaping towards them, but they embarrass my boy Soundwave, knocking him in the back of the neck with the hilt of their sword, sending him tumbling off the side of the skyscraper. Optimus asks Shredhead, "Who are you?" They answer, "A new friend sent by an old friend." They cut the antenna Optimus is impaled on. Megatron, badly damaged, tries to plead with Optimus. Optimus says, "You who are without mercy, plead for it now." He rips out the antenna from his body and straight up bashes Megatron with it while saying, "I thought you were made of sterner stuff." Megatron's body flies off the top of the skyscraper. Luckily for him, Devastator catches his body and orders a retreat. Now, Starscream doesn't seem to be dead, and Omega Supreme took his body. For what purpose, we'll have to wait and see. Are we going to get Armada Starscream? Starscream as an Autobot? I honestly don't know how I would feel about that, because he's committed so much evil up to this point. Also, hopefully we'll find out where Omega Supreme has been this entire time. From here we transition to a flashback of Sparky holding Spike after his birth. But it's not Optimus experiencing Sparky's memories as we've seen time and time again. It seems like it's Spike experiencing it, because he awakens to Optimus asking if he's okay after being knocked out by debris from Megatron's blast at Starscream. I think this is Skybound hinting that Spike is now forever connected to the Matrix. After being relieved that Spike is okay, Optimus is approached by Beachcomber, who apologizes that he couldn't do more. Optimus says to him, "No apologies. You are the best of us, Beachcomber." I love that, because Beachcomber represents what the Transformers as a race could be. Peaceful explorers who protect lesser beings. Carly points to Optimus his chest plate. He opens it and says, "The Matrix, it has been cured. It is slowly coming back to life." When Carly replies, "But the light, it's so small," Optimus says, "Small, yes, but still mighty." That is officially the end of Daniel Warren Johnson's run on Transformers. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed his run. There were epic battles, heartfelt moments, and character development for multiple characters. I am so excited to see what Robert Kirkman has cooked up for his run now, starting in the next issue. Comment below your thoughts, not only on this issue, but the entire series up until now. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you want more Transformers content, check out one of these videos right here. Other than that, have an awesome day, take care, and always remember every day to go beyond.